So now in this video, we're going to be looking at using the N-channel enhancement mode MOSFET. This particular one is the 2N7000. I got this from the Joe Knows Electronics semiconductor kit. This is a lot more common than the P-channel enhancement mode transistor, that MOSFET transistor that I used in the last video. And so it's an N channel instead of a P channel. So it's on the other side of the circuit. It's on the more negative side of the circuit. And the polarities are opposite at the pins. Otherwise it's wired the same and doing the same thing. And so if you saw that video, this one should be pretty easy to understand. But here we have a common setup. So we have power applied at the rails, and right now the red LED is forward bias, the blue LED is reverse bias. So it's set to conduct and light. When that side is more positive, that side is more negative. Same with the green and the yellow over here. Yellow's forward biased right now. The green is reverse bias. It is blocking. And so in any case, we have power applied correctly. So what we're going to do is remove the red jumper, and then move the blue jumper to the positive rail. So that's the wrong side right there. So now, fiddling around with the power the way we have the blue to the positive rail, it's easy to forget that I don't want to put the red jumper to the red rail there. That will create a short circuit. My power supply, it's a bench power supply, it's set to 5 volts right now, by the way. These are 1 kilo ohm resistors to protect the LEDs. We could go up to 12 volts, no problem with the circuit. But my bench power supply is set to limit current. So I'm going to purposely short circuit right now. Generally you always want to avoid this, but you don't hear anything. The current actually went up. When I release it, you can hear a click as the current drops back down for whatever reason. So it limits current, and so that's not end of the world to short circuit this particular power supply. But only do that if you absolutely know your power supply will limit current to a safe amount. So there we go. We have this wire backwards. Neither of the LEDs are lit up, and that's not necessarily because of the diode and the transistor until you go to, let's bypass the diode. So now we go there, we can go to any of these. They're all connected directly. Now you see the blue LED lit up. So we're just kind of pretending like if you see the green LED or the blue LED, you just destroyed a component that cannot let current go through it backwards. That's what we're pretending. Now I'm at the rail, and we don't have that problem because we have our two protections there. So the diode is pretty straightforward. If you've studied electronics, you probably learned you use diodes all the time to prevent reverse polarity. But the transistor, the MOSFET, it has some advantages that we're going to look at after we look at the transistor closer. So now we're going to take a closer look at the physical component, the transistor. So I got a second one here from the kit. So it's the TO92 package. It's curved on the back and flat on the front with the writing. So it's the 2N7000 right there. And I'm going to adjust the lighting. We're going to throw it into the transistor tester because this is kind of nice. Of course, always go by the data sheet. These testers are not perfect, but they do a pretty good job at quickly summarizing components, and it can recognize the component. So flat side's facing us, left pin is 1, middle pin is 2, and right pin is 3. So pin number 1 is the source, pin number 2 is the gate, and then pin number 3 is the drain. So pin number 1 up here, the source, you can see flat side there. So we got 1, 2, 3, source, gate, drain right there. And so let's look at the transistor a little closer there. So we have the drain going to the negative rail. With the P channel MOSFET, it was the opposite. The drain went to the positive rail. So again, it's opposite polarities, but otherwise wired the same. So we have the gate to the positive rail, and then the source up here heads towards positive right there. Now what we're going to do is unplug the power supply and reverse it right now. And so what we are actually doing right now when we have the power supply reversed, this is how the N-channel enhancement mode MOSFET is usually turned off. So right now the gate is getting a signal from the negative side of the power supply. So it's actually getting a 0 volt right there. That normally turns it off. And the drain is normally to the positive side of the power supply, and the source is normally to the negative side of the power supply, which we have right now. So it is when we have the power applied in to the rails in the right direction. Right now the transistor is wired in an unusual way. And now I grabbed the multimeter. We're going to set it to measure voltage. And we're going to look at the main advantage of using a MOSFET over a rectifier diode. So the rectifier diode's cheaper, they're more available, whatever. It will probably work in most cases. But anyways, you can see here that across the diode we have 0.65, let's say, volts right there. And so more current, it would probably go up to maybe a little bit above 7, less current, maybe down to 6. But in any case, about 0.65 volts across there. The power supply, I set it to about 5 volts. It's a dial, it's not exact. I went up a little bit, so a little more than 5.1. So you take that, subtract 0.65, you get about 4.6 volts across the load. And we can see that right here. So the resistor is part of the load, and then the LEDs, there you can see about 4.5 volts across them. Now let's go to the transistor. Take that same measurement, the voltage across the transistor, well, it is on right now, and it's almost nothing. It isn't nothing, and a piece of wire will be about 0 volts across it, as we can see there. And I think we got a good connection, but yeah, you can see, maybe it'll show a little bit. You know, they got a tiny bit of resistance, so a voltage, very small voltage, may build up, barely noticeable. But here you can see, there is a noticeable voltage across here, but you look at the power supply voltage, 5.1. Now we'll go to the load. Across the load, you can see it's practically the exact same voltage. So we're not losing voltage to the load. We can rely on the power supply voltage reaching the load and powering the load. And so also, that voltage drop across here, that 0.7 volts, let's say, that still means you have the power, voltage times current. So that 0.7 volts times whatever current's going through it is going to create heat. And this transistor can handle up to about an amp of current. I think it is. And so the amount of current and heat it's building is not a serious problem, but it's wasted energy. Whereas this one, all of the energy is going to the load. So it's not creating heat in any meaningful sense. It's got a little bit of voltage drop, so a little bit of heat, but practically nothing. The power that the power supply needs to provide is going to the load only. And finally, I mentioned that if we reverse bias this, then we have the normal setup transistor-wise for the N-channel MOSFET of the transistor being turned off right there. And so we're given now a negative signal, a 0 volts to the gate of the transistor. That makes sure it's turned off. And normally the drain is to the positive side, the source is to the negative in most circuits. And so we just have a normally off position there. So I still have power to the rail. Let's pop this out. And again, I have a risk of short circuiting in there, but I already mentioned I set the power supply to only about half of an amp of current. But there you can see we have it removed, and it's still off because you actually need to give a high signal to turn this transistor on. And so that's just the normal setup. In fact, let's just grab a resistor. I was trying to find something, and you can see that if I go to the negative rail, oh yeah, that's right, so that's positive. So I'm giving a positive signal now, even though it's on the blue row. That's what I mean. It gets confusing when you're swapping polarities. But there you can see now it's on, but if we go to what is the red rail, but to the negative side of the power supply, now it is turned off. So this is the normal circumstance. It's just I have the polarities on the board backwards. And but it's normally off, so there it is off. Now what we're going to do, turn the transistor around while the gate is floating. Nothing is connected to the gate, and when we have the probes in the right spot. There you can see it is on. So this is a weakness of it, where the way we have it connected now, we cannot turn it off. There is it's actually the positive rail, it's still on, and there to the negative rail, it's still on. So ultimately what we're doing is, when we have the power applied correctly, well, the transistor is backwards. This will be a little less confusing right there. There is really no way to turn the transistor off, and that's the main takeaway. The only reason we have the jumper to the positive rail to begin with is for when the power is backwards. I just short-circuited stuff, but this jumper is doing nothing while the power is applied correctly, and I can't even get in there. Oh well. We can even look at the voltage with the meter really quick, but in any case, it's because it's in backwards that it is not operating like a transistor anymore. So it's about a diode drop, it looks like, across there. So not conducting freely. We do actually need the jumper. So let's replace the jumper quick. There we go. No, I short-circuited it. There we go. So we got the jumper and 0 volts across there. So without the jumper, we have a diode drop. With the jumper to the positive rail, we don't. And so again, it's still not operating like a normal transistor, but we don't want it to. We want it to act like a piece of wire, as long as we have the transistor in backwards and the gate to the positive rail. It looks like that's no problem. But we swap it out. Now it's acting like a N-channel enhancement mode MOSFET that is normally off, like it is supposed to. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.